Stairs when I was coming to do my wash, and oh, it hurt so bad. I haven't even hurt that much when I was having my second child.
Here it is, folks. The show that can help you take the ache out of your aching back, the Talk Back to Me game show, with your host, Larry Lombard.
Hello, I'm Larry Lombard. Welcome to the Talk Back to Me game show, the program where you, the office worker, and you, the homemaker, and you, the physical laborer, can learn the proper way to take care of your back. Let's meet our players.
Hi, Larry. I'm Bill Briefcase, and I'm an assistant manager at a local bank.
Welcome, Bill.
Hi, I'm Holly Homemaker, and I work at home taking care of my house and my family.
Glad to have you here, Holly.
Yo, I'm Phil, Physical Phil, and I do a lot of stuff like lifting, hauling, carrying, just in general, a lot of physical labor.
Welcome to the show, Phil.
Thank you.
Players, are you all set to play?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, hang on, because we'll be right back to start round one of our game right after this.
Did you know that your back is an engineering miracle? Imagine 31 pairs of nerves branching out to all parts of your body, handling sensations such as heat and pain, and sending signals to your muscles for action. 3 layers of sheathing protect the nerves, a fluid bath absorbs the shock, and a bony housing of 33 vertebrae supports our body weight and gives us flexibility. Did you ever wonder how we're able to withstand the shock of daily living activities? Thanks to its S-shaped design, our spine acts as a shock absorber, along with jelly donut-like discs located between each vertebra. In addition, more than 400 tightly connected muscles and 1,000 ligaments support the system, giving us shape, support, and most of our ability to move. Your back is a wonder. Keeping it a wonder is up to you. Remember, take care of your back. You only have the one to last a lifetime.
Welcome back. Now, before we begin, let's review the object of our show. As you know, your back is very complex. It's divided into 5 different sections: the cervical, the thoracic, the lumbar, the sacrum, and the coccyx. Its chief functions are to support the upper body, protect the spinal cord, and allow flexibility. Taking all of this into consideration, the object of the game is for players to correctly answer as many questions as possible in 2 categories: back problems and back care techniques. The player who has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. If during the game a player incorrectly answers a question, the other 2 players will have a chance to respond. Sounds simple? Well, it is. Players, are you all set to play?
Ready.
Great. Let's begin. Remember, each question is worth 5 points. Here's question number 1. Back pain is one of man's most common ailments. True or false? Bill?
True.
True it is. Back pain is second only to the common cold. In fact, over 90% of the population will suffer some type of back pain in their lifetime. Bill's on the board with 5 points. Players, here's our next question. Is it possible to have no back pain and have back trouble?
Yes.
You're right. You can have back trouble and never have had any back pain in your life. Pain may later appear in other areas such as the ankles, calves, or thighs. Holly's now tied with Bill with 5 points. How you drive your car, the chairs you sit on, and the mattresses you sleep on may provoke a back problem. True or false? Bill?
True.
Yes. Many of the objects you use every day do not give your back the proper support in the right places. Okay, players, this next 5-point question has 2 parts. First of all, I want you to give me one of the most common causes of back pain. Bill?
I think one would be poor posture.
Correct. Now, Bill, can you tell me why poor posture causes back problems?
Well, I believe it can alter the curve of the back and put stress on supporting muscles.
Bill, you're on a roll. You're now in the lead with 15 points. Holly has 5, and Phil has yet to get on the scoreboard, but don't worry, there's plenty of time to catch up. Players, now here's an interesting question. Many nurses suffer back problems because of doing this. What is it? Holly?
Pushing wheelchairs?
No, I'm afraid that's not quite right. Phil?
Lifting patients? Lifting patients?
That's it. Phil, you're now on the board with 5 points. Okay, players, not enough of this activity can create poor back flexibility. What is it? Holly,
I think it's exercise.
you think right. It is exercise. Regular exercise is very important in back care. Okay, players, what is the most common way that gardeners can injure their backs? Phil.
By carrying a load of tools?
No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Phil.
Maybe by bending over when they're working.
Right, by bending over instead of kneeling, many gardeners can pull or strain back muscles. All right, players, let's pretend you're at home and you're making or trying to make your bed. How can you injure your back? Holly.
I guess by bending over instead of squatting by the bed when you fold the sheets.
That's it exactly. Holly, you're now tied with Bill with 15 points. If you're an office worker, what is one of the things you do every day that can contribute to developing a back problem? Holly.
I don't know.
I think I know this one. Sitting for long periods of time?
You do know this one. Sitting for long periods at a time increases spinal and disc pressure and muscle tension. Bill, you've just taken the lead again. Okay, players, here's a chance for each one of you to pick up some points. You'll want to write your answers down on the cards in front of you, and here's the question. These items we wear every day can sometimes cause back problems. What are they? I'll repeat the question. These items that we wear every day can sometimes cause back problems. What are they? Okay, Bill, what do you think that these items are?
Well, I'd say heavy clothing.
No, Bill, I'm sorry, that's not right. How about you, Holly?
Well, I'm going to guess. Is it shoes?
Shoes it is. Tremendous. What do you think, Bill?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Phil. The answer was shoes. High-heeled or tight-fitting shoes can help throw your back out of balance. Holly now has 20, Bill has 20, and Phil has 10, and let's move on to our next question. Players, many policemen suffer back problems because of this. What? Phil.
Being assaulted.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Phil.
Being under stress, having strain.
Emotional strain, that's right. Back problems can be brought on by physical as well as emotional tension. All right, players, here's one to think about. Doing this while driving can cause lower back pain. Anybody want to take a stab at it? Oh, I'm surprised that no one got this one. It's stretching for the pedals. If you position your seat too far back from the steering wheel, you have to stretch to reach the pedals. It's also a good idea to sit with some type of support in the lower back area. I think that's one to remember. Let's see if we can get lucky on this next question. Players, is it true that children almost never have back problems? Holly.
I think that's false.
Now you've got it. Unfortunately, children are just as vulnerable to back injuries as adults. Holly's now in the lead with 25, Bill's second with 20, and Phil's in third place with 15 points. All right, players, we're coming to the end of our first round, and it's time for our first bonus question worth 15 points. You'll have 10 seconds to think about your answer and then write it down on the card in front of you. You set to go? Okay, here's the question. What am I? You see and use me every day. To some people, I am a very important object in their work. You can find me in all sizes and colors, and although I am not perfect, I can correct my own mistakes. I weigh very little, but if you're not careful, you could hurt your back when you pick me up. What am I? I'll repeat the question. To some people, I'm a very important object in their work. You can find me in all sizes and colors, and although I'm not perfect, I can correct my own mistakes. I weigh very little, but if you're not careful, you could hurt your back when you pick me up. Okay, players, time's up. Bill, talk back to me.
I'm not sure, but is it a cup or a mug?
Bill, I'm sorry, that's not it. Okay, Holly, talk back to me.
This one was tough. Is it a pocket calculator?
Sorry, Holly, that's also incorrect. Phil, talk back to me.
I know I'm wrong, but is it a pencil?
Phil, you've got it. Believe it or not, it is a pencil. If you have weak back muscles, you could quite easily injure your back by bending to pick up something as small or as light as a pencil. Phil, you've just taken the lead with 30, Holly's in second place with 25, and Bill's in third with 20. While this race is heating up, we hope you learned a little bit more about back injuries in this first half. Stay tuned for our second half. We'll be right back after this.
Would you know what to do if you injured your back? No matter how slight, no back injury should be ignored. Rest exercise, and daily care are the best steps to take on the road to recovery. However, any severe or persistent backache should be brought to a doctor's attention immediately. An early diagnosis could make the difference. Likewise, if you injure yourself on the job, it's important to report the incident to your supervisor immediately. It's also important to record that mishap, not only for your protection, but for the protection of your fellow workers. The prevention of future accidents should be the goal of every worker. And remember, the best way to prevent a back injury is to learn how to take care of your back.
Welcome back. Have we got a game going? After correctly answering our first round bonus question, Phil's taken the lead with Holly and Bill close behind. We're now going to begin the second half of our show, which deals with back care techniques. Players, for these first few questions, you'll want to watch the monitor. You'll be shown a series of examples of the right and wrong way to lift objects. And what you'll want to do is choose the correct way to lift an object from the examples given. All right, now let's watch the monitors. Is the correct way A or B? Bill?
B.
Holly?
B.
Phil?
I'll say B.
You've each earned 5 points. The correct answer was B. It's important to always keep an object close to you before lifting it. Okay, now let's watch the monitors again. All right, which is the right way, A or B? Holly?
I think this time I'm going to say A.
Phil?
B.
Bill?
I'll agree with Holly. I'll say A.
Holly and Bill, you've got an extra 5 points. The answer was A. Always remember to bend your knees, not your back, when lifting an object. So many back injuries could be eliminated if people remembered this. All right, let's watch the monitors again. Players, what do you think? Is the correct way A or B? Phil?
A.
Bill?
A.
Holly?
I'm going to say B.
You two gentlemen have earned 5 more points. The answer was A. Before you begin, test the load to see if you can lift it. Then maintain a tight and firm grasp on the object when you lift it. Okay, let's take one last look at these monitors. All right, Bill, which is it, A or B?
I'll say B.
Holly?
Definitely B.
Phil?
I'll say A.
Holly and Bill, you've each earned 5 more points, and we've now got a 3-way tie. The correct answer was B. Always lift or come upright using your leg muscles rather than your back muscles. Now, what you've just seen on the monitor, players, are the 4 basic steps of lifting. I'll repeat them. 1, keep the object close to you. 2, bend your knees, not your back. 3, grasp the object firmly. 4, lift with the legs and come fully upright. Okay, let's answer a few questions now. 2 things you can do to help your back while you sleep. One is to sleep on your back with a pillow under your knees, and the other is what? Holly.
Sleep on your side with your knees bent.
That's it. Holly, you've got the lead with 45 points. Okay, players, regular exercises such as blank and blank can improve muscle tone in your back. Phil.
How about walking and swimming?
Walking and swimming are 2 forms of exercise that can improve back muscles. Regular daily exercise is very important in maintaining a healthy back. 5 points, Phil. Okay, if you find yourself standing a lot, whether at home or at work, what can you do to prevent a backache? Phil.
You can stand with one foot higher than the other and alternate often, I think.
Correct. And with that answer, Bill, we're again in a three-way tie. Okay, players, what can you do to ease muscle strain if you sit for long periods at a time? Bill.
Stand up.
You can, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. Anyone else? Holly.
Somehow keep your knees higher than your hips.
Exactly. You can do this by either lowering the chair you're sitting on or place a stool under your feet. Okay, players, I'm going to ask one of you to do something a little unusual. For this next question, I want you to demonstrate your answer, and you'll see what I mean. Can one of you show me a simple exercise to relieve back strain that you can practice at home or at work? Holly.
I think I know what you're looking for. You place your hands behind your back, your lower back here, and then you bend backward.
That's one way, you're right. Another is to change positions frequently to ease pressure on the spine. Holly's now in the lead with 55 points, and Bill and Phil are tied with 45. Okay, players, this is something every one of us should do if we find ourselves lifting something excessively heavy. What is it? Bill.
Go find someone to help us.
Exactly. Don't be afraid of asking for help if you think you need it, no matter how light the object may be. It's better to be safe than injure your back. Okay, players, we've now come to the final question of the game. It's our second bonus question worth 25 points, and looking at these scores, any one of you could walk away the winner. You'll have 10 seconds to think about your answer, and then write it down on the card in front of you. Are you all set to go?
Ready.
Okay, good luck, because here it is. Many times this object has been used to ease back pain. One of our presidents used one to help his aching back. This object can be found in many homes and may have been something your grandmother used. What is it? I'll repeat the question. Many times this object has been used to ease back pain. One of our presidents used one to help his aching back. This object can be found in many homes and may have been something your grandmother used. Think over the question and write down your answers on your cards. Okay, players, time's up. This is it. Bill, talk back to me.
Well, I'd say it's a back brace.
No, I'm sorry, that's not it. Holly, talk back to me.
This one's for all the marbles. I hope it's a heating pad.
Oh, Holly, I'm sorry, but that's not it either. Phil, talk back to me.
I've got a wild guess. A rocking chair.
That's it. It is a rocking chair. How did you get that one, Phil?
Well, I remember when I was a kid, my mother used one a lot after a day with my brothers and me.
Well, thanks to your mother, you're our grand prize winner. Tell him what he's won, Jim.
Larry, Phil has won a complete bedroom set that includes a king-size extra-firm Posturepedic mattress.
Not with you.
And to help you with a little redecorating you might do, $500 in cash. Congratulations, Phil. All the best.
Well, thanks a lot. I can't believe this.
It was great having both of you on the show. Each of you did a super job. As a consolation prize, each of you will receive in cash value your final scores and 1 year's free swimming membership at the health club of your choice.
Oh, thank you.
And I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. We hope you learned a little bit more about taking care of your back. And remember, when your back talks back to you, listen. I'm Larry Lumbar. So long.
The Talk Back to Me game show has been a Mark Sacro, Steve Iliak production.
Ever since I took over, I was on the show, I feel like my back is heck of a lot
like night and day.
a lot smarter when I'm doing things. When I bend over to pick up things, I remember what I learned on the show. And I did a little research on my own at the library. I've saved money by not having to go to the doctor, chiropractor.
Know the proper way to do
I know
it,
people
and
have
it's
spent so
visible
much
now,
money
and
on
you
their
don't
back
have to worry
because
about
they
taking
put
care of
some
my
more
back.
time up to
I
work.
feel
And I can't do that
fantastic.
either
No
without
more the
chiropractor.
pain.
I make
No
sure that I
more
eat better
the
lifting
laying in
techniques.
bed.
Now, what I learned about doing them on
All
the
the
show, a
things
lot of
I
my
have
friends
to take care
feel
of
like I can teach them and help them be better
do things with
and
my
not lose time.
kids. My husband and I go out and
knows how to manipulate
dance
back
and
is such a
have
bad
the
thing, but
great
if you treat it
time, and
properly,
my back
it's
is
no
feeling
problem.
tremendous.
And this guy, you get a little improvement
I
I play
can't
sports.
emphasize
I
how
always
much
get out
it's
and
important
I
to take care of
exercise
my back.
first, and
I wish I had
I
known
feel like
all
now I
this
don't need bed
earlier.
anymore. I
I
threw
would
away
have
my
saved
bed.
me all this
And
pain
I feel like
that I
so
went
much
through for
easier.
the past few
I'm not
months.
cranky.
Would have saved on
I can
bills,
do things I never
saved
done
on
for a long
time,
time.
would have saved on
Sounds like my
pain, everything.
That's how you can do one thing. I bought a new comic set. I didn't have to have doctor bills all the time.
And nothing will ever
So I think if
change
people are
me
prudent, you
from
do a
the
little bit
things
of
that I've learned.
no more
That
thinking
I'll just
before you
keep
pick
going
up.
on and
It's really for
greater
your running
things,
and gardening
greater
and
things
shoveling
in the
and
future.